And this time we get to see his face again, which always makes the fans go wild. Grandmaster Jon Ludvig Hammer joining us despite the late hour, live from Norway after Game 11. And Jon Ludvig, I'm just going to ask you, how do you think Magnus Carlsen played today, and what do you expect moving forward in the match?
I think he played a good game, and I haven't been saying that a lot this match. He put pressure on the challenger, even though he had the black pieces. I think today was a big success for him.
Okay, well, how do you look at this game as far as the overall match strategy goes? We had another Ruy Lopez from Sergey Karjakin. Magnus going back to what he did in Game 2 as opposed to what he played in Game 9 after his loss in Game 8. What do you think about what both players did in the first stage?
I think there's a mistake in the Russian preparation. They are going for these quite slow Spanish Ruy Lopez systems in which white plays d3, and I really think I've been saying this a lot. I've not been a fan of this fantastic Russian preparation we were supposed to be seeing this match, but I don't like it. I think playing something slow, something strategic against Magnus, it's not the right strategy. Basically, Karjakin is saying, I want to be slightly better. But the problem is Magnus equalizes and then he starts putting pressure on you. And it's just, I think it lacks punch. And I think it has been a mistake on the Russians' part, just the whole philosophy.
Expand a little bit on that. Do you think it was a match strategy coming in, or do you think he just hasn't gotten anything in the first stage? Maybe he hasn't been hitting the points he wanted to in terms of his preparation. Is there something to that theory?
No, I think Karjakin has been playing reasonably slow Ruy Lopez's 4 times now, and he doesn't have anything to show for it. At one point, Magnus played a more aggressive line, and then Magnus ended up in trouble. But as long as Magnus has been playing the slow strategic maneuvering lines, I think Karjakin has been unable to show what the idea was, if any.
That's interesting. Well, where do you think that puts us then heading into the last game where the champ will get the white pieces for the final time? Regardless of the result, and where do you think Magnus's confidence and approach is heading into that final game 12?
I think his confidence is beyond any level it has been previously in the match. He was struggling. He was down in score. He was visibly upset, and now he's just a changed man. And to be honest, I really want this to go down to tie breaks. I think it would be a fantastic ending to the match. But I have this sneaking feeling that Game 12 could be decisive. I do not think Karjakin will win it. I think we will see either a draw or a Carlsen victory on Monday.
Is there something about the way Magnus played this game that makes you feel like the champ is more confident, or is it just what you see in your friend, his body language in the press conference? Expand a little bit more, if you will, on why you're so confident Magnus has sort of righted the ship. Just to say quickly, Robert Hess and I earlier in the show talked about this move 24e3 being a sign that even though it was equal, Magnus wasn't thinking anymore about just getting a draw with black. He wanted to press, and maybe even earlier with the way he handled the pawn tension could have been seen that way too. So sorry to make it a long question, but is it the X's and O's you're seeing from Magnus, or is it something about his attitude that you're liking?
Accuracy, I think, is.
Okay.
I think he played very accurately. He posed problems for his opponent, and it was more the kind of Magnus we're used to seeing than the Magnus who's making sloppy mistakes, as unfortunately was a version of him we had seen until then.
Okay, well, there you have it. Obviously, we will find out if your prediction is correct and what these two players have in store for us on Monday. Enjoy your rest day Sunday, the first time we've had only one game before a rest day, so you deserve it. And we will see you after the final game of regulation, regardless of the result.
Thanks, Danny.